Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time of day or night it is. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to be doing a quick video just looking at the market here, and then might be doing a live stream a little bit later looking at some altcoins and things like that. We had a big reaction at the start of this week, so let's talk about that real quick here. Just wanted to put this out there, share some of my thoughts, changes within the market here over the past couple days now. If you're here and you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please hit that subscribe button. Helps me know that what we're doing here is something people actually want to see. All right, now getting right into it. I already have some lines on here. If you have not watched any of these videos yet, I typically use white for monthly and orange for weekly levels. This little box here, I drew it because of that month, way back there in 2018. You can see when we go up to the monthly here, I've got the Coinbase daily. Just going to look at Coinbase first, and then we're going to take a look at BitMEX as well. Let's see here. So I put that there because it's been acting kind of as a mid-range for this range the past several months that we've been in. The range is easier to see on the weekly, but it is roughly the same area between these, actually kind of up there on the weekly. So up here on the weekly, that 11.5 area, and then the 9.5 on the low for the weekly. And we've been talking about that range in the channel for a little bit and in Discord and stuff, so you can check out some of the past videos too if you want to see thoughts on that. I was waiting in cash during this down draw here. I am still mostly in cash. This pop-up is very impressive, but I'll tell you why I have not re-entered yet, other than the fact that it was the weekend and I was busy doing other things, not trading. We just hit this monthly weekly level right here. So, and this is actually, we could draw a little box here as a breaker. We have come up and hit that little zone, but it's the monthly and weekly level, which just happened to be right there, that I am interested in. We tapped it and we had a nice little rejection. It looks like we are moving back up towards it at the moment, but this is a weekly candle, so keep that in mind. Now, the past 2 weeks, we've had this pop up. Hope you can see that. We've had wicks up here and here. We've had another one. Now, this does look a little bit different on the BitMEX chart. If we look at that same weekly there, the BitMEX chart shows that this top is just a little bit lower than the previous week's top. So we've got these lower tops here. That's interesting, just kind of watching to see what happens. Coinbase, it is different. It is already a little bit higher than the previous week. But what interests me about this, I'll show you on the daily here in just a second. First off, price action standpoint, weekly higher low. So, you know, that is a bullish close, partially why we're seeing a lot of buying here, because that weekly was a bullish close there with a higher low overall than the previous weekly low there. Now, and it was above that range low at 9.5 as well. So all in all, nice bullish close on that after taking out those weekly lows there. So quite a bit of stops probably taken out on that low before we've moved up very strongly. Now, we could see another test of that range high. I would expect to see price stall there and come back down if we went up there soon, especially if it happened on this weekly candle. I really highly doubt we would break out to a new high if we came up and tested this on this week. Now, what I wanted to show you, and the reason I wanted to do this video today, just a quick little update, Overall, I am treating this as a sorry, I just got distracted looking at this. I am treating this rise as a bull trap, but it will likely be a very convincing bull trap. And I'm willing to be wrong and get back into the market if necessary, but right now I'm just treating it as an opportunity to sell higher, and I'm just waiting for some obvious top signs on this rally. I don't necessarily see them yet, other than the fact that we did tap into this resistance area. For the bullish case, I really want to see price get above there. I'll show you here. I want to see price come up, turn this into some support, and then move towards the highs. That would also mean closing a daily above this level. We did see 2 daily closes above this monthly weekly range back here, and then of course price plummeted from that level. So playing it safe, that might be a mistake, but I'm a trader first and foremost, not an investor in Bitcoin. So I am interested in trading the swings. And that means that I can afford to be out of the market. In fact, it's one of the only advantages of not working for an institution is that I don't have to be in a trade. I can just be in cash. And I feel really good being in cash normally overall. Doesn't mean I miss some rallies like this because I'm bearish or because I'm out at the beach and things like that. Yes, absolutely. But my cash value is retained, and that's what's most important to me personally. All right. Get rid of that line. Okay. So what I want to point out to you is that this candle right here, this is Monday. So when we were looking at those weekly those weekly wicks just a second ago, and I was talking about how we've wicked up, and closed all of these weeks lower, this is what I'm pointing out. It's just interesting. I'm just pointing it out. Part of the reason that I'm not overly bullish yet, these are the Mondays. Monday. They have moved in opposition to where price ends at the end of the week, the past 2 weeks. If we look further back, of course, we've got more Mondays here, here. So it's not necessarily the same every time where it does that, but it's interesting to me that the past 2 weeks have been that way, and once again we've had a very strong daily candle on Monday. So I'm being cautious, not getting overly excited and overly bullish yet, but it is very interesting. We are also closing above the standard EMAs once again. We did that back here too before we had that fake out. So far, Tuesday's candle has been very strong as well, but we are tapping that resistance, so I'm not really interested in longing here. I would be interested in longing once we're back up here and once we've turned this back into support, or if we come back down in here and I see some good bullish continuation signals. Just to pop it up here real quick, let me see about pulling up this guy. So this is what I was talking about with the standard EMAs. We came up here, we closed above, just like we did here, and then dropped back below on that next 2 days later. So I'm interested in this daily close, interested in what it does here. We could flip those EMAs back bullish like we did back here. I'm just cautiously waiting, watching, and mostly out of the market. I am trading some altcoins with some of the BTC I still have in the market, just short-term stuff, one trade a day kind of thing, waiting for those altcoins to actually show that they're bottomed. And with Bitcoin rallying like this, the altcoins are not likely to do much other than go sideways or down. So watching for some real bottoms to develop. I've been stopped out of a couple altcoin positions just attempting to hit that bottom. So I'm playing it a little bit more cautious now. Don't want to get stopped out again for any 2% and things like that. All right. Now, we've pointed out the Mondays, talked a little bit about some of that resistance, got the EMAs pulled up there for you. You know, and this is a good close. Like, I like to see that. If price just really rockets up above the EMAs, closes above them, that's nice. Always a good sign, strong bullish sign here. This structure, though, this large structure that everybody's watching, I was adamant about it being a symmetrical triangle before. It no longer looks like a symmetrical triangle. At best, it's a symmetrical triangle that had a bear trap, but it looks a lot more like it's a descending wedge, a descending triangle now from this point. If you draw the line right across there. I got a bunch of lines here, so I don't want to draw another line on that chart, but I can show you on this one just because it's cleaner. If you go to the daily here, and you just pop up a couple lines. White lines are easy to see. Let's make them nice and big. You can draw it pretty much from the top of there. Keeps hitting that point. Boom, boom. And of course, draw any line that connects several points up there. You can take your pick. There's a few different ways to draw it, in my opinion, right now. So, do something like that, and you can see what I'm talking about. This looks like a descending triangle. That is a top pattern. That is a fairly common pattern that breaks lower. Doesn't always, but it is a bearish pattern if that turns out. You know, for that, you want to see another rejection like this. Maybe it pops up above there. If you draw this, though, with a higher point, you could see this is right at that same line, and it did pop up above there before. I don't trade this myself, but it is interesting to watch because it is something a lot of people pay attention to, and a lot of people do trade. If you want to take, though, that point, then it could go quite a bit higher if it does that again, although that's only 2 points. This is hitting 3 points here, 4 points now. So that'd be more interesting. I could see this going over and back down, you know, something along those lines. Coming over here like this. What's going on? Oh, it's because here we go. Let's draw that. So, you know, that could come out, come down, whatever, and then go up. Could do a whole bunch of different things. That's just, you know, that's just a fucking guess. It could do anything it wants. It could do this for all I care. I don't know. That's why I don't really give a shit about these sorts of things for my own trading, but people look at them, so I look at them, and overall, that's the structure. That's what it looks like. It does look like a descending triangle, which is bearish. All right, let's just get rid of that. So keep an eye on that. A nice strong breakout from that pattern. We'll see a retest of it in one way or another before it moves up. Like I said, I can be wrong. I have no problem being wrong. I just re-enter the market. I still make money. Do I have less Bitcoin overall, potentially? Sure. But again, I'm trading in and out of Bitcoin regularly, so the USD value is the most important thing to me for my account. Now, that's that same level, just so you can see it cleaner without all the other lines that I was talking about in the previous video. I want to see us close above that to really convince me that this could go somewhere. That's the most important kind of short-term level, in my opinion. Because here, I could see us just kind of bouncing around, very easily coming back down, testing the 10K, coming back up, you know. It could do a lot of bouncing around that, and that's fine. I like range trading, but you know, I want to see this rally kind of find its short-term top first, which it may have done, but I won't know that until I see it develop a range low. Now, that's the majority of what I wanted to talk about with Bitcoin. That's kind of what I'm watching. This is just a quick video, just to give you an idea. I'm not going to talk about, the targets up. My targets down haven't really changed. I'm still looking at the mid 8K range for where I want to buy. But, if the bulls really get a hold of it here, I may be forced to get back into the market and just see how high it goes. So I will be monitoring over the next few days and going to be looking for some setups on Bitcoin and altcoins for short-term trades and scalps and things like that. So yeah, thanks for checking it out. Those are just a few of my thoughts on the market right now. If you're not subscribed to the channel, guys, please subscribe and feel free to comment on stuff, or if there's something you want to see charted. I'm happy to take a look at some of that stuff in the live stream, so make sure you click that little bell so you get notified when we're live streaming and things like that. And let me just take a look. So this is my day trade for today, just so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Today I'm trading MTL. Just to give you a quick little thing before I go. I already started buying into this. I have 2 entries so far. One entry was at 386 and the other entry was at 377. I got them on this 4-hour candle when it came down earlier today. Now I'm watching this just to see what happens here. I want to see it rally up to this 475 point. And one of the major reasons why, I'll show you just by zooming out here, is because we had this previous structure on the daily time frame. Some nice interest there. This coin is currently about a 20 million market cap. And on Binance, it's had over, about 1,500 BTC 24-hour volume. It's one of the top 24-hour volume coins on Binance right now. And it's top volume with not a whole lot of price movement overall. I like to see that. Volume typically precedes price, and you can actually see it here. If I get rid of that and just show you this volume candle, there's been a lot of volume today overall. Now, if this doesn't rally, if this comes down and hits these lows again, I'm out. I'm out real quick. I'm going to just take a small loss on that one and wait for it to develop an inverse head and shoulders type pattern. That is a pattern that I do like trading just because it has very, very obvious setups for stops for me. So I'll be looking for that if this doesn't rally from this point here. But I do like the structure that it's creating here and looking for a rally up into that 475 area. I want to see it turn this area back into some support and then potentially rally up towards the 600. Those lines are from weekly levels. That's where they're from, right there. So you can see why those lines are there. There could be an argument for this, but just because it was in this area, I'm more interested in the 600 and the 475 level there. So we are kind of inside this previous weekly level here, but we've wicked through it a few times, so it's not a huge concern to me. I don't really see it being a lot of resistance at the moment. I'd like to see that continue that rally. All right, that's something I'm trading just on a short time frame and going to be monitoring that, so I might exit today, I might exit within a week, but it's a short-term trade, decent size for me. Let's take a look real quick at what's going on here. Magic line. I'm waiting to see if Binance bounces on that magic line there. That line, I'll show you. Some people are drawing it as a log line, which looks very different. Just switch it to log, you can see why. On the log chart, it's already broken through that trend and is continuing down, versus on the linear, which it is just touching right now. You know, it would be funny if it bounces there, and if it does, I might be willing to buy some more, but just kind of waiting. My previous idea did not pan out on BNB, so waiting for it to show me another bottom signal before I buy again here. And maybe it shows it soon. All right. Thanks so much for joining, checking out the video. That was just a quick little few thoughts, nothing too crazy in there. Be looking for a video later in the week with a little bit more in depth, maybe some more trading ideas if I see a really good setup that I want to take on Bitcoin. Otherwise, I'll be doing some live stuff in the Discord and Twitter, and maybe some live streaming later in the week as well. All right, thanks. See you all soon. And hey, get out there and make money. Don't fucking lose all your money. You know, remember, losses, it's like they're addictive. Don't let them get a hold of you. Cut losses. Learn to cut losses. Most important thing that I learned, I think, trading. Just cut them. Look for something else. All right. Get out there, make some money. Don't lose it all, guys.